What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one, the only. Ash said it. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com. Welcome to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys for all of your love and support. Over 1,700 episodes and 500,000 streams worldwide. None of that is possible without you guys, so I thank you so very, very much. And yes, we had rain that's falling down here in the A-Town, but it's still sweet. But not too sweet, but just sweet enough because I've got my buddy Glenn, the president and CEO of Red Chocolate, with me today. Hey, Glenn.
Hey, Ash, how are you?
I am great. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fabulous. It's scary to be me. I'm one of the fortunate ones, I guess. Right. Get to do something I love to do every day and talk with folks like yourself, Ash. And how could I say I'm doing bad?
I love it. So, Glenn, before we go into this limited batch exclusive, you guys have some new exclusive flavors that I got to sample and try out, and I'm excited about. I want to give our audience a little bit of background on who Red Chocolate is and how things were started.
Oh, no problem. I actually love this story. This is, I call it my 30-second speech that I love telling people. It's not often I get to meet people that haven't heard of Red, so when we do, I love to tell it. So Red Chocolate actually started a little over 15 years ago. We're a European chocolate, so all of our products are made in Europe. And there is a difference between European and American chocolate, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But Red was started by two families, both master chocolate makers, multiple generations, and they actually sat in a kitchen for 3 years, and they wanted to design something that the world had never seen. So through their thousands of different iterations, they finally came up with the Red brand. And so, we launched in Europe, where we're found from Red Square to Trafalgar Square in the UK. And now we got the chance here about almost 2 years ago to launch here in the United States. So it's been a real exciting journey. And, Red Chocolate being no sugar added, non-GMO, no palm oil, only the finest, only the best of the best. Otherwise, we're not going to do it. And the way that the American consumers have taken us as one of their own and just the love they show us every day, It's been awesome. It really has been.
It is incredible. It's one of my favorite chocolate brands of all times. Not only because it's just low calorie and there's no sugars added, but I mean, it tastes fresh. It's the freshest of chocolates that you can ever get anywhere. The cocoa is from the Ivory Coast of Africa, and then it takes a trip over to Europe to get processed and set up, and then it's shipped wonderfully over here to us. I love it.
And it's so true. It's great, too. One thing about our company, again, being privately held, we get to make our own rules, as we say. Yes. So our goal is actually by 2027 to be completely carbon neutral throughout the world. So we're, if you look at one of our facilities where actually all of our products for the U.S. is made, it's actually green certified. It's a facility that uses recuperation methods, uses solar, uses wind. We're I think if I'm not mistaken, about 60% off the grid through all of our processes, and then other things that we've been working on, and then as you stated, all of our products coming from the Ivory Coast. We work directly with the farmers. So it's been pretty exciting. It's you get a chance to really see people just grow as individuals, grow as business people. It's really just been an awesome journey. It really has.
Oh, it's amazing. And to be able to witness it and, from having you on the show previously and, going to the store and seeing you guys on shelves, I'm like, yes, more Red. We love it. I get excited.
It's funny you mention that. It feels the same way for me. I walked into a store, whether it be, one of our latest customers actually, Rite Aid throughout the country. Mm-hmm. And, when you get a chance to walk in a store, it's like seeing your kids.
Yes.
It's like seeing them graduate.
You're
That's
so
what
proud.
You're so proud of that moment that you got the opportunity to do something people will love. And it's just a matter of them getting the chance to know you and see you and taste you. And, then it's all of a sudden, as they say, then you become a Red fan.
Yes. I actually got one of my besties onto you guys. We were in the store and I saw it and I just like, I turned into like a giddy kid. Like I was like 5 years old. I was like, oh my gosh, this is red. And she's like, what is your problem? I was like, no, you don't understand. Okay, this is red chocolate. She's like, okay, it's just regular chocolate. I was like, no. Okay, let me go ahead and put you onto some stuff, sis. So I purchased some and
I
then
love it.
she tasted it and she
I
was
don't know
like, oh my gosh, this is like nothing,
that
like no other chocolate. None.
that is awesome, and I don't know if I said enough, but I'll say it again. Ash, I love you. Thank you
Oh, I
so much.
love you guys too. You guys are absolutely the best, the best. Now, I know
Thank you.
that you guys were getting a lot of suggestions and requests from customers all over the globe about different flavors and different varieties and variations. So, how did you guys narrow it down to these three?
That's an awesome question. So it's funny, our head of marketing, Amy York, who, she works very closely with all of our fans throughout the country. And we actually did an event, a live event. And we had folks, and I laughed. I said, who's gonna show up and talk to us at 2:00 in the afternoon? And I was overwhelmed by the amount of folks and just all the suggestions they had. So Amy and the team really sat down and came up with, the most common requested. And then from that, we took a look at all the different European products. Yeah. And so what we did was we came up with some of our own. And then, going through the processes and getting it exactly the way you want it. Plus, we were able to steal one of Europe's most popular brands, one of their most popular SKUs. So between that SKU, that's the nut filling milk chocolate, and then our other two amazing SKUs, it's just, it's been phenomenal. And we're really excited. We launched another limited batch flavor a couple of months ago. We just had it on the site for a couple of weeks, and I think we were supposed to have it out for, it was either 5 or 6 weeks, and it sold out in 4. So it's great, and we appreciate it. But then when we bring something out, we want people to know that we appreciate them, that we hear them, and really, so it's just a matter of making sure that we listen to what our consumers are saying, our fans, our red fans. We hear what they say. We go back into our kitchens, and then we just start crafting and designing and just making iteration after iteration till we say, yep, this is exactly what deserves the red name.
Yes, and just when I thought that you guys had everything down packed and you couldn't reinvent anything anymore, you just keep doing it, which I love. I absolutely love it. Now,
I appreciate that.
One of the first new the limited batch exclusives is the apple and hazelnut milk chocolate. OMG.
Yes. And so what we did was we actually took apple pieces. The idea of being, again, we like to call it smarter indulgence. That's the whole idea behind it. Because, again, it's indulgence, it's chocolate. Right. We want you to enjoy it. And so, but what we want to do is make it a little bit smarter than maybe what's out there. So we took apple pieces, of course, with the sweetness and beauty of an apple, and we combined it with hazelnut. So you get that beautiful hazelnut taste. And as we were talking earlier, when I was mentioning the difference between European and American, and I always get that question: what's the difference? And the best way for me to explain it: have you ever sat down on your couch with a glass of red wine? When you sit down with a glass of red wine, you've got the grapes, which is the body. And then you've got those different notes within that. You could taste whether it be, was it a bourbon casket, or if it's got spice notes, whatever it is. But the idea is the body, and then you have the notes. Well, with European chocolate, it's the same way. The body is the cocoa, and then you'll have the different hint of flavor. So when you eat our apple hazelnut, it's not a nut cluster. That's not what we do. The idea is you have the cocoa, and as you chew it and taste it hits your taste buds. Oh, there's a little apple. Oh, there's a little hazelnut. But it's all combined within that chocolate. And that's what makes it a fun journey.
Yes, that was an incredible surprise because I thought maybe it was just going to be like, okay, you guys maybe use like apple juice in it or apple essence. But as I'm eating it, I'm like, this is apple pieces. There's apple in the chocolate. Oh my gosh. I love it.
You know what? And like I always say, who doesn't like apple fondue? Come on, man. It's one of my favorite things to do. I'll take my dark chocolate, the red dark chocolate.
Yes.
I'll put it in. I have a little fondue pot, and then I could just sit there, and in the afternoon I can have apple pieces with a little bit of chocolate. If you use a third of our chocolate bar, the same amount of calories as an apple slice. So you don't have to worry about that sugar crash.
Right.
You get the indulgence. You're not starving yourself.
Right. That's a huge part of it. Now, the next one, and I didn't know that you guys just continue to shock me and amaze me, and I love it. But you've innovated one of my favorite indulgences, which is white chocolate, with the caramelized white chocolate. Oh my gosh. I don't even have the words, Glenn. I don't have the words for it.
I'll tell you. This, for me, this is one of my favorites. It is definitely one of my top three. You know, what we did actually with the caramelized white chocolate, of course, you know, when you think of caramel, well, it's sugar. That's what happens. Well, we're, of course, no sugar added. So what we did was we designed a process where we take the milk, the whole milk, and we whip it at a certain temperature and then at a certain speed. And what it does is it's able to caramelize with the cocoa. So this way, when you eat it, you don't have, because sometimes white chocolate's kind of boring. You know what I mean? You know, for me, it's not a big deal. But when you start to put the caramel in it, and then when you caramelize the white chocolate, it's just this really smooth tasting with this hint of caramel. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Incredible.
And I'd say that if I didn't work for Red.
Yeah, like it's, and then, you know, you look at it and you're looking at the packaging, you're like, oh my gosh, there's no added sugar in it. So you're not like, you know, one thing with me with like candies or chocolates, I'm like, I don't like stuff that's sugary. If it's sugary, I can't really enjoy the flavor. I can't really take the different notes from it. And you guys you figured out perfectly how to cultivate these chocolates and also make it so we don't have a crash at the end. Nobody wants a sugar crash. We're too old for that stuff.
And it's true. It's so true. And like everything else, you know, when we do it, we want to do it right. Otherwise, we're just not going to do it. It's not worth it. We don't want to put our name on something that we're not proud of.
Absolutely not. Now, last but certainly not least, the nut filling milk chocolate. This one, we got to take a minute for it, Glenn. We got to take a minute. Because this one right here, I didn't know that I was going to be so thoroughly impressed, not with just the flavor, the notes of it, just how velvety smooth it is. I was like, oh my gosh, like this might be the best chocolate. This might be the best chocolate. It might be my new favorite now, Glenn.
Well, that's awesome. And you know, it's funny. That was actually the one that we stole from Europe. This is a very, very popular SKU in Europe. And so when we were looking at it, you know, I sat down with the team out of Europe, and you know, Amy and I were going through, and they said, "Hey, what about this?" And we tried it, and of course, everything we do, we love to taste test. Because, you know, that's really the fun of, you know, running a chocolate company. Yeah. You know, you can call me Willy Wonka. I'm fine with that. But I better get a chance to taste that chocolate too, don't I? And so, you know, Amy and I were trying it, and, you know, we looked at each other like, wow, you know what? This reminds us of our pralines. And our pralines are so wildly popular. Yes. You know, we just got a chance to work with Home Shopping Network, as a matter of fact. And we're actually one of the top-selling chocolates on Home Shopping Network. And so we said, you know what, this will be fun to bring over. So we brought over a bit of it. We handed it out to about 100 folks, you know, because we get calls from folks all the time. And so we love to get the feedback. That's one thing we're not afraid of. If we're doing it right, let us know. And let us know loud and proud. And if you don't think we're doing it right, let us know. Because we want to know. And so, you know, we sent it out, and just the overwhelming response to it was pretty much, okay, when can I buy it? So we said, you know what, let's bring this out in a limited batch.
Now, usually I would say at this point, okay, well, this is a great, you know, we're getting up on the holidays, and this is a good gift or whatever for people, and holidays, festivities, all that good stuff. But in all honesty, Glenn, this is a good everyday gift. This is an any day gift.
Agreed.
we could say that totally. This is an any day gift.
You know what? And I like to say, and I tell people all the time, flowers say I'm sorry, chocolate says I love you.
Yes.
And so I will tell you right now, nobody, and I don't care who the person is, nobody, if they gave chocolate to their significant other, a friend, just somebody they want to say, I appreciate you. Mm-hmm. Nobody ever looking to go, how dare you give me chocolate? I can't be your friend. Nobody's ever said that, ever.
I've checked it. It's not in history anywhere, Glenn. It's not reported anywhere. I promise you it's not.
Exactly. You know, it's funny because we do get a lot of folks like that, especially, you know, throughout the year. Of course, you're absolutely right. During the holidays coming up, we're one of the most popular gifts to give out there, especially with the different configurations we have. But, you know, just throughout the year. And it's funny because, you know, one of the things that's really amazing, again, we've only been in the U.S., you know, just about 2 years. But the folks who love our product and understand the smart, indulgent aspect of it, when they start their new year, and they want to get healthy, and they want to get that focus, you still want to indulge because, let's be honest, if you give up everything, life is pretty boring.
Yeah.
You know, I heard that, you know, if you give up, you know, chocolate, I think you give up 87% of the fun in your life. So don't ever give up chocolate.
Don't ever.
And so if you're going to do chocolate, you know, do it healthy, do it right. And therefore, at the beginning of the year, when you're looking for something nice and tasty to get that edge off, you've got something available.
I love it. Glenn, for people that want to get some more information on red chocolate and, of course, want to, get some gifts and things shipped to them, or maybe if they're stopping out somewhere, where can they get more information?
You can find everything at red-chocolate.com or red-chocolate.com. You can also just Google red chocolate, and, you know, we're like the first 27 things that pop up. There may be a couple of phonies that buy the Google keywords because they want to try and, you know, jump on our coattails, and that's fine for them to do. But if you're looking for the original and the right one, you just can Google red chocolate and you'll find us. But we are at red-chocolate.com. You'll find everything from just our history to the different products. You'll find a store finder if you're looking to go into retail and find it. You can always buy from us. You know, again, a couple weeks from now, we'll, of course, be back on Amazon because, you know, we ship through Amazon from October 1st through the end of April. So there's plenty of places to find us. You know, we're in about 13,000 store doors across the country. And honestly, Ash, it's because of folks like yourself. I want to stop for a second. I'm going to stop being the red cheerleader for a second here, so bear with me. And I want to be an Ash cheerleader because I just want to thank you just for being a fan, for being a friend, for just being there for us. And, you know, we love you for it, Ash. We really do. And I know I said that personally, but I want to tell the folks that listen to just how great of a person you are. Just, I love working and talking with you and just getting the chance to just, quote unquote, BS, just because I just like you. I just think you're a really nice person, and I think, you know, you deserve all the success you get.
Oh, thank you so much, Glenn. That really means a lot. It definitely does. And for me personally, just being able to experience and, you know, to be able to try the products, you know, because I'm really big about absolutely trying products. I don't tell people about products that I don't try myself. I'm not one of those that's like, you know, big on pushing things just because it's popular or whatever the case is. You guys actually, your chocolate is amazing. If it wasn't, I trust and believe, we wouldn't be talking right now. There's no way.
And I respect that. And I agree with it. I fully agree with it.
Yeah.
And I think that's why you are the person you are. Aww. I truly do. You're true to the core, as I like to say.
I appreciate that, but Glenn, I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for coming through. Of course, you know this is your second home right here. All right, so just know and understand that. Whenever there's any announcement, anything red chocolate related, you know you got to come back. I like to have exclusives.
Of course.
And
of course, absolutely, always, Ash, I promise.
And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for all of your love and support. Keeping in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do. You look them square in the face, you tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.